What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we are opening another KeyForge Age of Ascension deck. I just want to say thanks to everyone leaving comments on the previous deck unboxing videos. Much appreciated. If you have any comments, leave them down below. And if you like these deck unboxing videos, hit that like button. That's awesome. All right, let's go here. We're going to open another Age of Ascension deck. And let's see here. Let's see if we open it the right way here. Nope, nope, nope. Man, it's upside down in this one. All right. And it is printed in Germany. All right, so we're going to see the houses first, I guess. Shadows and Taman logos. Okay, pretty cool, pretty cool. It was good to see shadows. All right, let's find out the name of the deck. See the Archon there. We got O'Shea of Pole Salt Shop, whatever that means. And let's open the deck here. While I'm opening it, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. So you don't... so you can see some of our other cool KeyForge videos. All right, there's our Archon card on the right. Let's take a look. No Legacy or Mavericks. Why did I put that card down then? Don't know. It would obviously be this card. Woo! Okay. All right, so let's take a look here. We got Untamed. I think this is my favorite Untamed card in the set. Trying to remember if I think any other card is better than this, but I may have said so in previous videos. But I do love Punctuated Equilibrium, messing with your opponent's plans. You play as many of your Untamed cards on the turn as you want, and then each player discards their hand, then refills their hand as if it were the end of the turn. Sometimes you can draw back into more Untamed cards and keep going. Awesome. And if your opponent's been holding anything in hand, trying to wait for the opportune time to play it, this just totally craps all over those plans and makes them discard them and draw new cards. But also if they're holding junk, you may have just helped them out. All right, we got Niflgrounds. Getting an Amber, playing this artifact. Choose a creature for the remainder of the turn. That creature loses Taunt and Elusive. Best artifact out of Untamed. We have Nepenthe Seed. Sacrifice it to return a card from your discard pile to your hand. To deal with some artifacts, we got a Grasping Vines, returning up to 3 artifacts to their owner's hands. Getting an Amber for playing that. Song of Spring. Shuffle any number of friendly Untamed creatures from your hand, discard pile, or battle line into your deck. So great way to recur creatures that have come into play effects. Otherwise, it's just good for an Amber. We haven't seen a single creature yet. Speaking of creatures, we got Rustnar. Destroy an artifact. If that artifact had an Amber bonus, you gain that much Amber. Marmo Swarm gets +1 power for each Amber in your pool. We got Nox getting +3 power for each neighbor it has, so you can get pretty big. Speaking of making creatures big, we got 2 Grove Keepers. At the end of turn, give each neighboring creature a +1 power counter. Glimmer, able to come in as an alpha, return a card from your discard pile to your hand. And the last card here, out of Untamed, we have a Full Moon, but well, alpha, you can't play Full Moon before Glimmer, so that kind of sucks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures really only to play with Full Moon. I guess you could Nepenthe Seed the Full Moon and trigger it twice in the same turn, and then play some creatures. All right. Let's go on to Shadows. Rigged Lottery is our rare in Shadows here. Each player discards the top 5 cards of their deck. Each Shadows card discarded, its owner gains 1 Amber. Yeah, everyone's playing Shadows in their deck at a tournament. Not sure how good this card is or if you'd want to play it. You really have to kind of look at your opponent's discard pile, kind of think, you know, what's left and if it's the right time to play or not, and how many you've seen already, because you could be giving your opponent more Amber than you're giving yourself, and that's bad. Special Delivery, you get an Amber. It's an Omni. Love Omni artifacts. You get to sacrifice it to deal 3 damage to a flank creature. If it destroys that creature, you purge them. We got Redlock. If you're not playing creatures on a turn, you'll, at the end of turn, gain an Amber. He's got Skirmish. Yahtzee Gang, stealing 1. Big 5-bodied Shadows creature. We got Umbra. Skirmish, fight, and steal 1. We all know Umbra. Sucker Punch, great alpha card. Has an Amber. You deal 2 damage to an enemy creature. If that creature destroys them, you archive, or if this card destroys that creature, you archive Sucker Punch. Ronnie Wristlocks. Play, steal 1. If your opponent has 7 or more, steal 2 instead. Great card, and the more you have, the better. We have 2. Furtive Investors, get an Amber. If your opponent has more Amber than you, gain 1 for each key your opponent has forged. Great late game card. Could be a comeback card. We have 2 of them. That's good. We got Dust Chronicles. Get an Amber. If your opponent has more Amber than you, draw a card. If you have more Amber than your opponent, archive a card. And then we have Bad Penny. Not the greatest finish there for Shadows. But Amber Pips, pretty good, pretty good. Got lots of creatures, running wrist clocks ×2. That is good stuff. Sucker Punch. One Sucker Punch is great. Having multiple Sucker Punches, not really a fan of that, so that's good just to see one. All right, let's get on to logos. We got Harlan Mindlock. Like this guy. Take control of an enemy flank creature until he leaves play. I like how you put him into play and messes with your opponent's plans, and then they're worried about destroying him. You know, it's kind of just a distraction tactic. Quantum Finger Trap. Swap the positions of 2 creatures in a battle line. That works great with this guy. So you can take control of an enemy flank creature. Well, with this card, which you have 2 of, you're able to swap the positions of 2 creatures, and then you can take them, which is pretty awesome. But you do have to have this out, obviously, before you play him. Field of the Researcher, play effect, or basically a play effect. She's in play. You got to play guys beside her. You draw a card for each creature played adjacent to Field of the Researcher. She has Elusive. Brain Eater. After a creature is destroyed fighting Brain Eater, you draw a card. He's good to at least get you 1 card drawn, maybe 2 if your opponent has some small creatures you can smash through. ZYX Researcher, you play it, you archive the top card of your deck or the top card of your discard pile. We got Wild Wormhole. Speaking of top of the deck, we're playing the top card of our deck. We all know Wild Wormhole. Speaking of another annoying distraction, we got a Professor Sutterkin. You reap, you draw a card for each friendly Logos creature. Something your opponent wants to get off the board ASAP. And we have a Poke, deal a damage to an enemy creature. If it destroys that enemy creature, draw a card. It does get you an Amber. Library of Babel for some card draw. We got Lab Work, gain an Amber. We get to archive a card. And then one of my favorite Logos cards in the new set, we got Helper Bot. You may play 1 non-Logos card this turn. All right, so let's see here. I was curious. Professor Sutterkin, he's got Helper Bot to help him out. Helper Bot, and himself gets a card, and then 4 others. So 6 total cards in a perfect scenario. Not the greatest. You want a little more Logos. You want more Professor Sutterkins is probably what you want, and you want taunt creatures to keep them alive. All right, so that's the deck. We're going to actually jump on over to the web apps. I'm going to scan the deck in. We'll take a look at some of the stats of the deck, so stick around for that. We'll be right back. All right, so we got the deck scanned into the Master Vault app. You can check the link in the description below if you want to take a closer look at the deck. But let's just jump into the Burger Tokens deck analyzer, which I also linked below. We can see a breakdown here. 18 creatures, pretty even spread amongst houses. Power distribution, pretty much on the low end, 3s, 2s, and 1 power. Very weak in the power distribution deck or area. 12 actions, lots of Amber Pips on those actions. Let's check out the bonus Amber. 14 cards, 14 Amber, love it. 4 Amber Burst cards, potentially, and Furtive Investors, 2 of them, Rig Lottery and Full Moon. Amber Stealing, we only have 4 cards doing that for us. Only a little bit of creature removal, a little bit of house cheating. Got artifact removal over here. Some archive, lots of card draw, I like that. That should help us plow through our deck and cycle all these 14 Amber Pip cards, so it should be high on the expected Amber. Let's take a look at decks of KeyForge actually and see what the stats are here. We've got a 74 SAS deck at the time of this recording, +3 synergy, -0 anti-synergy. 5 on the Amber control. Just the Ronnie Wrist Clocks, Umbra, Yahtzee Gang, and Neptune Seed, I guess, gets some Amber control on it since you can cycle Amber control. 23.5 expected Amber. That's pretty good. Pretty good. That's actually on the higher end, I think. We got 1.5 in Artifact Control, Grasping Vines and Rustnar. Creature Control, very low, 2.5. That's bad. That's very bad. And Deck Manipulation at an 18. That's nice. And 5.7 on the expected power. So very low on the expected power. But we see there 7 extra draw cards, 4 archive cards. That should really help us plow through our deck. Spread, we got 18 creatures, right on par with the average of Age of Ascension. 0 upgrades, basically with the 1 of the average. 12 actions, 13 average, 6 artifacts versus 3 is the average. So a little high on the artifacts. Not usually a fan of it. They all got to be pretty good artifacts for me to want that, or you have an Oath of Poverty to see artifacts that high. But yeah, that's to take a look at that's the deck. That's the overall of the deck here. Let me know in the description below, or in the comments below, sorry, if you have any constructive criticism. Make sure you hit that like button if you want to see more of these deck unboxings. But yeah, thanks a lot to all those who support us over on Patreon, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.